In order to use Firebase in our iOS project, we need to add it to our the library to our project. The same way we did with the other two, with the keychain and SwiftUI cached image, we are going to add it through package dependencies, Swift package management. So come here, click the plus button, and we need to get the link where to download it from. So if you go to website.firebase.google.com docs/iOS setup, this is easy to follow how to set the project up. And if you scroll down under the installation part, add Firebase SDK to your app, here is we have this link here to add as a package. So all you need to do is copy this, go back to your SPM, Swift Package Manager, paste it here, and it will bring us Firebase iOS SDK. So I will click add, and unlike the other two libraries that we have added to our project, Firebase actually has a lot of libraries that we can access, and it will take some time to tell us which libraries we want to add to our project, but then we can put a tick and add whatever we need. Let's see what's the error. It's failed for some reason. Let's cancel. Let's go ahead and try one more time. Okay, I think when I use this copy button here, it copied something extra. Just make sure you copy this text manually, Command-C, Command-V. And add package. Let's try one more time. Okay, looks like it's moving this time. So let's give it a few seconds. Until this is fetching all the SDKs, let's go to our website here. And what you need to do is go to console.firebase.google.com. And if you don't have already an account, you can just create one, or if you have, you can log in with your Google account at least. And here we need to create a new project. So I'll create add project. If you have any other project, it will show here. Otherwise, it will be just this plus view here, add project. So click on add project, give it a name. I'm going to call mine my coffee shop, and click continue. Enable Google Analytics. If you don't have a Google Analytics account, you just disable it. For me, I'm going to keep it on. Just have to select which Google Analytics account you want to use. Okay, this will set up the project for us. Let's jump here because our libraries are already here to use. And you can scroll down, see all the things that you can add to your project if you want to, of course, if you want to use them. But for us, we're going to use Firebase Firestore Swift. So this is the library that we need to use. I think we can enlarge this. So we want the Firebase Firestore Swift. All right. And then click add package. And this will add, it will take a few more minutes to add. Let's get to our application here. It says your project is ready. So click continue. It will take us into our project. All right. So right now we don't have anything set up. We want to set up it for iOS. So we click on iOS and it will give us an options how to set up. It wants our application bundle ID. So let's go here. And we need to select this and our bundle identifier. If you are under general bundle ID, click on the arrow and copy your bundle identifier. Paste it here. Apple nickname, these are optional. We just click register. And it generates a something called Google Service Info plist file that we have to download and put it in our project folder. So let's download it. This will go to your download folder. You see mine, because I already had a downloaded Google Info plist file. Now it has 2 in the name of the file. Make sure whenever you are importing it to your project, it doesn't have a parenthesis 2 or any other number inside, because otherwise it will not work. Let's click next. It says how to initialize it. Okay. For SwiftUI, what we need to do. For Swift, what we need to do, and Objective-C, etc. Okay, click next and continue to console. So now half of the setup is done. Let's quickly go and import our file before we forget. I'm going to do it, let's say here, file, add file to, and the name of your application. I will go to my downloads folder and select the latest downloaded info plist file, and make sure it says copy items if needed, ticked. Add. Now you can see the file is here, but it has 2 in the name. So we can rename it and remove this, and we will have only the Google Service Info plist. Okay, so this contains all the information about our Firebase project. So without this, your application will not be able to access the Firebase. So now the initialization part. Here in our coffee shop, what we are going to do is create an init file, init function, sorry, so init. And during the initialization of our project, we want to initialize also our Firebase. But to do that, I need to import Firebase core. And here I will say Firebase App .configure. And this will set up our Firebase application using this Google Service Info plist file. And we will be able to use Firebase inside our project. So on our Xcode part, everything we needed to do is done, but we need to finish our setup here on the console. So we are going to use only one of all the things that Firebase provides, is Firebase database, not the real-time database, the Firebase database. It's called Firestore. I will create a database. This is done for the first time when you are doing. Start in production mode. Just are 2 rules here that you can choose. I will go with the production mode, doesn't matter. And then it will ask you to choose the server. So you need to choose the one that is closer to you. In my case, it's Europe. So I click enable. Hopefully it will work, because when I was doing the demo version of the project, for some reason the Euro servers were not available, so I had to choose US, but for our purpose anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, it worked. Okay, and now we have our Firebase database Firestore here. There is one thing we need to do, is go to the rules, and you will see the rules here. It says allow read write if false. So basically nobody can read or write anything to our database under these rules. Because Firebase is trying to make it safe for us, so we put our own rules here. I'm just going to update it and give access to anyone who wants read and write. And let's publish the changes. It will tell us that our rules are not secure enough, which is okay for our project anyway. That's it. Here you can create manually anything you want for your database, but we're not going to do that in the console. We are going to do that in the code. If you want to read more about that in the docs, you can check it out. It's really, really easy and simple to follow documentation. But since we're doing the video, you can follow the video instead of the documentations. Right, so we are going to create 2 things in our Firebase. It's the orders we're going to save here, so we will have a collection of orders, and also our kind of menu, which will be a collection of all our drinks. So for the first one, since we have this dummy data that we are using in our model, what I want to do is to populate our database. I will go ahead and take all the drinks from here and save them to our Firebase. so that instead of accessing them from our dummy data, we will go and grab them from Firebase and download them every time. So we are going to create some kind of file that is going to do all the work for us in our application. We'll call it Firebase repository. But this time we have the function, but this time we're going to put the real proper code inside that is going to access our Firebase instead of just returning these dummy data things here. All right.